Hey there, it's DJ from Cigar Scene. Tonight I'm going to be doing the San Latano Oval Connecticut in Toro. It's like a semi-box press, but it's got like this oval shape, you know what I mean? Flat top and bottom, but like the rounded sides. AJ Fernandez, when he made this, he's actually got a farm, and that's the name of the farm, San Latano. But he also said that that was like the name of his grandfather's brand back in Cuba. So the first impression that I'm getting, you get like these typical Connecticut flavors, cedar, a touch of vanilla sweetness to it. It does have a slightly longer finish so far on just the light up right here than say the Perdomo that we did last week. But not as long, and it's got a real smooth transition from the flavor. You get a touch of I'd say white pepper, touch of white and black pepper on the retro. AJ Fernandez, of course, is a huge name in the industry. He does a lot of work. He commissions like a lot of his blending out to a lot of these different lines, including Diesel. You know, he kind of like really came to name and fame through the Man of War Ruination. I typically like AJ Fernandez's blends for certain, and can't really complain. I picked this one up for right under $7. I know like a lot of places where this is a $10 stick in a lot of shops. So I was happy to get this at a positive price point. The pack seems really even, firm but not tight. The draw is very good on it. The draw is very good. It's right even in the middle. So like not quite as open as typically like call my perfection area, but still I was pleasantly surprised because the amount of restriction that I felt. I was wondering if I was gonna have trouble with the draw. The blend is it's got an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper on it over a Nicaraguan binder and a combination of Nicaraguan, Honduran, and then a secret proprietary filler that is claimed in the cigar that is grown at the San Latano location. It does have a little bit more body, and it is so far it's got a little bit more strength and body than I typically think of when I think of Connecticut's. But then again, that's more in my wheelhouse of what I prefer in a Connecticut, like the Rosa Sharon and even the Perdomo, which could kind of come up into your medium and be medium plus for some people. This right now is holding out at a straight medium in terms of the body as well as the strength. Construction is real well at this point. It's got a real nice burn line, and you know, if you look at the burn line here, I don't know if you can see it or not. We'll also show the band. There's the band. The burn line does have a little bit of blackness to it, but nothing that's protruding black onwards, you know, down towards your band and stuff into the cigar. Typically that means that your fermentation process was hurried along, or it wasn't done long enough. Sometimes some of these companies, they don't want to take a lot of the time to properly fermentate the tobacco in the pillions, where it reaches a certain temperature with all the biological reactions and stuff that's happening. Tobacco naturally will heat up in the middle of those piles, and as it does this, they will turn it, and they have to do this and monitor it for years to get a properly fermented leaf for cigars. And AJ seems to have his ducks together, especially being able to branch out into so many different projects and lines. So you can always expect something really great from the guy, and I'm sure enjoying this right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this down and come back to you. We're coming down into the second third right now. Flavors is picked up as far as the intensity of them goes, and you still have that cedar, that hay, just a touch of sweetness. I equate it to vanilla. I like a little bit of vanilla sweetness on it. The mouthfeel of the smoke is it's right at like a medium density, but I'm still getting a good draw. Strength, I would still classify this as a medium to mild. Construction, still very nice on it. It's proven to be a very decent smoker for sure. It's not like burning too fast. It's not overly slow. There's no cracking up by the foot, indicative of a tight binder. This has just been a real pleasant. Also, a thing to note is the finish has been it comes a bit on to you, so it hangs on a little bit longer. Like it leaves that taste in your mouth, like you've been smoking a cigar. However, it's not an unpleasant one like I sometimes get with Connecticut's, with it really hitting those bitter notes. It's just real kind of woodsy, hayy, and with a touch of sweetness, and it is just such a smooth blending between the flavors that sometimes I kind of have a hard time figuring what it is. And then it's just a light core tobacco taste, and it's wonderful. I've saw it on websites before, and I don't know, maybe if it was because Cigar bid or something like that, I've always I haven't turned any attention to it. Like I saw, oh yeah, okay. So being able to try it out is a pleasant surprise. This is something that I would definitely come back for, especially being a Connecticut, and I typically have to really know about a Connecticut in order to choose it, because going on the blind a lot of times I'm just disappointed. I did a punch on this, and it's just proven great so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this down, probably to the band removal, and then come back for final thoughts and a closing, and just enjoy it in the meantime. Alright, we coming down into that final third now, and it's finishing up nicely. I can't say anything bad about it as far as the draw and the construction goes. It's been flawless. The flavors have picked up. I mean, it's gonna be like a straight true medium for me. On the retro, the pepper really starts to come out. It's overall been an enjoyable stick. We got over an hour into it now, and this is gonna finish up nicely. And I'll just look for a spot to put it down once it starts to heat up and become a little bit too intolerable. But for this morning, it was a wise choice, I'd say, and I would definitely go to it again. If I caught it on promotion or sale, I could definitely see myself picking up a box of these. I definitely like the shape to it. It's got the wrapper has a nice velvety kind of feel to it. Minimal veins, it just had one prominent vein down it, but other than that, it was a nice presentation. It's got traditional flavors as far as the Connecticut goes without the overly bitter. It does hit a little bit on the bitter side of your palate, but it doesn't linger and it's not off-putting. So I definitely enjoyed this one. Especially at the price point, I'll definitely pick this one up again for sure. It's not a lot of selection where I'm at, so to get something so good at a good price point, I think it was $7.29 once I looked at it for the Toro, so I can do that for this. This is something in the morning that would pair great for coffee. In the afternoon, if I smoke this, I would tend to typically go for something like a cream soda. But it's one of the ones that I could see, a little citrus type of pop, something like a Mountain Dew. Where I'm at in this area, we got that ski. If you know anything about it, if you know, you know. So that's been good. And so other than that, it's over. We'll go sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of this. Y'all have a good one. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, help us grow this channel. Thank you.